Hello guys and welcome back to another new video, and today we are going to be talking about objects, and this is episode 8 I believe. So leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe if you do enjoy this video. Turn notification bell on, make sure to follow me on Twitter and ask me any questions if you have any questions there, or simply comment down in the comment section below. I'll leave my Discord link down below as well as the old episodes down below. I suggest you go and watch them first in order to learn this, because these are like the next step. Let's just say that's not like this is still basics, but soon we have finished all of the basics and yeah. So we're going to be talking about objects today. So what I first want you to do is to go to Hello World, New, Class, and then you can do name it person.java, and you can also put on this. Right. No, wait. No, actually, no. You should not do that yet. You should just create a regular class first called person. Okay. So first, before we type in all of this, because I want first to explain this, everything in Java is within classes and objects, like everything in Java, pretty much. Not pretty much, everything. 110% of everything is in classes and objects. And Java objects hold a state, and states are variables which are saved together within a object. And we call them fields or member variables. And this is a example of it, but I'm gonna be going over to that later. So let's say you want to store user information on your website. Let's say you want to store their name and you want to store their weight. So that's the example that we're going to go through now. So this class defined a point with values, as you can see, name and weight. And in order to create an instance of this class, we will have to use new, which we'll be doing here. But we're going to be talking about that later. And in this case, we're using a default constructor that doesn't really like get any arguments currently, because you didn't write anything yet to create a point. But however, I have already typed this, so it will obviously do something. And all the classes that doesn't explicitly define a constructor has a default constructor that does nothing. So, I mean, we can define our own constructor right here, which we have already done. And when we have done that, it means that we cannot use the default constructor. We can only use the defined constructor, which will be this, all of this, okay? Because we already created person here, so this is the defined one, okay? And notice the usage of this keyword here. We can use it within a constructor to call a different one, a different constructor, in order to avoid code duplication, which we don't really want. It can only be the first line within the constructor. So, and we can also use this keyword as a reference of the current object that we are running on. And after we defined it all, we can access to name and weight. So Now we can define them on here. And I mean, although we might talk about modifiers later on, it's important to understand the difference between private and public variables and methods. I never explained this to you, so I'm gonna explain it right now. When using the keyword private before a variable or a method, it means only the class itself can access the variable or method. However, when we are using public, it means that everybody can access it. We usually see constructors defined as public variables, and those are defined, and those other variables will be defined as private, and the methods are then separated, and some will just be some public and some private. That's how it is. So this is what we're gonna type out. Public class person. So person is a class. Okay? Private string name and private integer weight. Because int can store number. So and we're gonna call this string weight. So this is the weight. But however, since we're not typing in any numbers on the name, we're gonna just put private string name. Now, here is how we will define it. String name and int weight. First name and then weight. As we talked about in the other video. Same there when we talked about methods and functions. Because this is object, so it will be a little bit different, but it's almost the same. So we can type in here now public void print, and it will print out name and weight like that. We cannot type this together, and this is because we made the integer, and if we're gonna store a name, it won't work. Now what you're gonna do is go to Hello World Java, create a new class and call it person main, and you're gonna click on this thing, public static void main string args. I already done that, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Boom. So here we're gonna be typing in public class person main and then this thing. So now we can start. Now we can have, as you can see here, we already have this. If you have any other code or down here, delete that now, okay? So now, because we did all of this, and we defined the class person, we can start using the class person. So person Bill is a new person, and so it will create a new person, and the string is Bill, so that will be the name that pops up. Because as you can see here, we typed in per string name, private int weight, this name equals name. So this name equals name, this is this. Okay, but just now we're making a argument with it. And same here, like private int weight main. Then we type Bill is 160 pounds. So then we type bill.print. So it will now print it out. Okay. Because it will print out name, it will print out weight. So if we type that, it will print out all of this information. The order will be bill, then 160, because we defined that order here, as you probably understand. Person Emma equals new person, and then Emma 130 pounds. Emma prints person Johnny equals new person Johnny 150 pounds. Johnny prints. Let's run this and see what we'll get. And as you can see here, we get bill 160 Emma 130, and Johnny 150. So that's how you do it. Now you can do it other ways depending on if you want to, store a bunch of the other informations. But as we did in the other tutorials, we went through what int, integer, long, and short, and what all of those did. So remember to use them depending on what you are doing and using. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you like the video. Leave a comment also. And follow my Twitch, subscribe, turn notification bell on. And this has been the 8th episode. We have one more episode to go, and then we will go on to some advanced ones, which are 3 or 4 more. And then after that, I will be teaching you guys how to make sponge plugins. But if you're not interested of that, I will go on how to do C++ and also how to do HTML and other stuff. But I will focus a lot on sponge plugins. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.